right. Let's go ahead and set it for 1 hour. We're going to talk about motivation. We're going to talk about meditation. We're going to talk about inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. So we're going to go ahead and start talking about focus and how we can utilize focus, how we can utilize the abilities to overcome the challenges that we have from within ourselves. We're going to start putting ourselves in a place where we use the abilities that we have to focus, to get the foundation going, to give ourselves that ability to see that we can be truly grounded within ourselves, to ask ourselves these types of questions. As always, subscribe to my Periscope, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, YouTube as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Motivation, meditation, inspiration. It's not one of the three. Ask yourself that question. Are you letting yourself on a daily basis focus? Are you putting yourself in the place where you're utilizing what you have? Are you giving yourself the ability to use the gifts and the tools that you have on a daily basis? So let's dive a little bit closer into it. Let's start getting into the ability to read that energy, to get it out there. Leave it in a comment if you'd like to get an energy reading done. Start to understand how energy inside of the body flows, how the utilization of energy is available to you with the ability to use that which you have inside of yourself. So leave a comment here. As I continue, we're going to start putting ourselves in the place where we are using that focus to understand how to overcome our challenges, using that focus to see it in front of ourselves, using that focus to give us the ability to ask ourselves the right questions. Ask ourselves, what is it that we truly want? What is it that will actually help us to get to the place where we want to go? Recognizing that focus is a foundation. Focus is that ability. Focus is the ability to use the gifts that you have on a daily basis in such a way that the ability to use what you have inside is yours. So the person who doesn't ask themselves questions, the person who doesn't put the challenges in front of themselves, isn't able to receive those kinds of blessings. So let's start looking at how we can start to use those kind of tools. Ask yourself this type of question. What kind of tools do I have? What kind of things can I do with what I got? What can I do when I put myself in a place where I truly use the focus within myself, the focus within the ability within me, the focus in the place inside of who I am, and the challenges that I face off against, so I can use the gifts that I have inside to overcome them, so that I can use the gifts that I have inside to become a reflection on the outside, so that I have a level of focus that gives me the ability to use the gifts that the Most High Creator of this universe built within me. And so are you seeing that inside of yourself? Are you giving yourself that type of time? Ask yourself these types of questions. Ask yourself if you can do that, if you can use the gifts that you have, if you can use the challenges that you face off against. So when you start to focus, when you truly start to get down with your grind, when you start to get down with the challenges that you ultimately face off against, it's going to be you versus you. It's going to be you who's going to overcome the things that are going on inside of you so that you can get to the place where you want to go. And so the tools are all around you. An example of a tool is the ability to see the things that are going on and truly write it down. An example is an ability to see that when you speak it out, it's available to you. The ability to use those kind of gifts, to put yourself in that kind of a place where you start to achieve things that others would not achieve. And so when you are achieving it for yourself, like speaking it out, like putting yourself out there, like giving yourself the ability to use the gifts that you have, like using the abilities that you have inside of yourself to allow yourself to focus, to allow yourself to see that the things that you are writing down can manifest themselves, to see the things that you're writing down can become blessings, to see the things that you're writing down have the ability to overcome the challenges within you. And so when we truly focus, we start to put ourselves in a place, and that place separates us from other people. It puts you in a place where other people look at you differently. Other people are going to see the differences within you. They're going to see that when you are focused on achieving the things that you achieve, the people that are not meant for you move out of the way on their own. The people that are not meant for you move out of the way so that you can go in the direction that the universe wants you to go in, so that you can use the challenges that you face off against, so you can use the ability that you have inside of yourself. So are you focusing to that level where you're achieving those types of things, where the challenges that you face off against you see in front of you? And so if you can see them in front of you, that means you can go through them. If you can put them down on paper, if you can put them in such a way that they can be there, then you can manifest past that. You can put yourself in a place where you start to achieve that within yourself. You have to recognize the truth of being yourself is a blessing. The truth of having challenges is a blessing. The truth of overcoming your challenges with the gifts and the tools that you have is the utilization of that blessing. So as we start to recognize this within ourselves, as we start to give ourselves that ability to truly get down with who we are, that ability to get down to the challenges that we face off against, it comes down to a mentality. It comes down to you seeing those things in front of you and recognizing that you want to turn them towards positivity. You want to turn them in a direction so that you can utilize them, so that you can utilize them for yourself, so that you can utilize them to overcome the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis. And so when we recognize that those types of things are for our favor, that, I was asked a question, so why is it that the change is happening? So there is no change that's happening. The mentality is achieving a higher level of consciousness. It's achieving a higher level of understanding. It's achieving a higher level of ability. And the people that are utilizing this, that are understanding this, are recognizing the evolution of what's happening. They are recognizing the ability for focus and knowledge to become the blessing. So that way we can make it through this stage to the place of focus and knowledge. So a lot of people are still stuck in the age of Aquarius. They're still calling it the age of Aquarius. They haven't found the foundation and focus and knowledge to achieve the higher level of understanding and focus. And so when they listen to what I'm saying, it starts to clear up the things that are going on around them. It starts to clear up the things that are happening with them. It starts to give them the understanding to recognize that they are a blessing, that this is a liberating stage in the universe, that it is a place that these challenges are actually blessings. You will start to hear people say these types of things that I say around you. You will start to see these types of things happening around you. So when you start to identify that the positive and negative forces are becoming closer to us, that the utilization of these kinds of energies are starting to be utilized, the awakening is happening, the ability for us to see these levels of vibration are happening around us. And so when we start to recognize this is actually truly happening for us, we start to see the blessing inside of it. We start to see the ability to focus to the point where the age of Pisces has come. The age of Pisces to the understanding of focus and knowledge. The ability to utilize these challenges is a blessing. And so I want those other people out there that are waking up to recognize those are what's going on. The focus and knowledge is here. The ability to use what you have to put yourself in a positive place, to use the challenges that you're facing off against to turn them positive is here. These challenges that we face off against are available to you. They're around you. They're asking you if you can overcome your own challenges, if you can put yourself in your own place where they no longer have an effect over you. They no longer have the ability to stop you. They no longer have the ability to challenge you. And so when you start to focus to that level, where you start to achieve your dreams, the things that are happening around you start to see it when you write stuff down, when you start to speak stuff out, when you start to put yourself in a place where you manifest it on the outside, where what you have inside of yourself is something great, where what you have inside of yourself is a blessing, where you are centered inside of you. And so when we start to put ourselves in that type of place where things become manifested around us, where things become manifested and the ability within us starts to become a gift. And so each of us have gifts. Each of us are going to have challenges. It's to find the blessing in the challenge that turns it into a gift. It's to find the ability within yourself to manifest positivity in your direction, to manifest your companionship, to manifest the people that you have in your life. You know, the blessings that you want first come from within and radiate outwards from a level of focus. And so when a person starts to truly write stuff down, they start to see these things working. They start to truly see these things working. So if somebody out there, for instance, I was asked a question, how can I get closer to my sister? How can I build my relationship back up with my sister? Write down every experience that you have, every positive, every negative. Start recognizing how you can utilize the positive to overcome those challenges, how you can start to understand the people that are in your life, how you can start to understand the challenges that you go through. And so when you allow yourself to free you, when the answers come from within, when it radiates outwards from within, when the mastery inside is more important than the external, then that gets you down to the place of focus. The age of focus is the understanding of oneself. The age of focus is the ability to put yourself in a place where you focus to the point where you're a student of your life, where you're a student of your ability, where you're a student of your challenges, where what you have inside of you is a blessing. And so when you uplift other people by utilizing your blessings, you use the things that are inside of you to overcome those kinds of things. And so are we focusing to that level? That's something that you have to ask yourself. You know, when you start to ask these types of questions, the universe and the Most High have the ability to work with you. They have the ability to work through you. And so when you give yourself the ability to see the positivity coming out, the ability to utilize the challenges that you face off against, the things that you go through on a daily basis as a level of focus, as an ability inside of yourself, as the ability to overcome your own challenges, then you're going to recognize that the tools that you have inside and universe that test you to see if the positivity coming from within you is truly yours. It starts to ask you the question, can you truly do this? Can you achieve positivity? Can you allow negativity and positivity to be in front of you so you can find the positivity in the negativity? And so when we get to that place where we're truly writing stuff down, we're truly starting to listen to positivity, we're truly utilizing the tools that we have, people are going to start following us. People are going to start seeing this. And when they start to see that working in their own life, and they come back to you and they say, wow, when you focus to that level where you achieve things where other people want to achieve because you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it within yourself, you're giving yourself the ability to free you, then people that are like-minded will come in your direction. People that are like-minded will come in your ability. They will be there at the right time, in the right place. And so if you continue to focus, if you don't allow the things around you to affect how you feel within yourself, if you allow yourself to see yourself as focused, as truly manifesting that, the universe asks you the question, and as it bends, the reflection comes out as that. The reflection of positivity can come out when one focuses into the place to utilize the things they go through as a positivity. When they focus on the ability to use the challenges that they face off against to overcome their own challenges. When they give themselves the ability to truly use their blessings, and I mean the gifts that the Most High God gave to you, the ability to use that within yourself, to utilize these challenges with the things that you have, for you to be the right tool in the universe, for you to be that right answer in the universe for the challenges that you face off against. When you focus to that level where you have that ability inside of yourself, then the universe starts to ask you the question. It asks you, do you truly want this? Do you want to achieve that level? Do you want to get to that place inside of yourself? Do you want to be able to raise yourself, your vibration to the place where you achieve that, where other people see the tools that you have inside as gifts, where other people see the challenges that you face off as an ability to overcome their own challenges? You know, a couple days ago, I was asked this same question. I was asked this question because the ability to see the positivity overcomes the thought process or good or bad. It gives you the ability to liberate yourself from that. It gives you the ability to understand the challenges that you face off against are within yourself. They're within your ability to start using the gifts that you have. They're in the ability to see the positivity in all challenges. The ability to put yourself in a place where the Most High God has the ability to use you. Because you are all a blessing in the universe. You are all a gift in this universe. You all have the ability to focus. You all have the ability to use the things that you do have. utilize the level of focus within yourself to achieve that. And so, how do we start to put ourselves into a mindset where positivity is becoming a reflection on the outside? You can listen to motivational speakers, listen to the things that they have to say. They're going to start talking about the ability to focus to achieve. They're going to start talking about how they did it for themselves. They're going to start explaining to you that if you do these things, you will really be able to do it. And so when you start to recognize that can happen for you, that this universe was created for you, that this universe was a place built to utilize the gifts that you have, then you start to see that the things and the challenges that you face off against, if it wasn't for you, then nobody else would be able to do it. Nobody else would be able to go through the challenges that you face off against. So focus to that level where those things have the ability to move out of the way on their own. They have the ability to become blessings on a daily. They have the ability to see what you got, to see the things that you go through, to see the things and the challenges that you face off against, because you start utilizing the tools that you have. And so when you ask other people who are knowledgeable, you put yourself in a place to understand that. You understand that the liberation comes from within. The ability to liberate oneself comes from the energy within oneself. The ability to go within one to achieve a level of focus, to achieve a level of foundation, to utilize the energy in the universe to a point where you focus to write things down, to listen to positivity, to read about positivity, to put yourself in a place where what is within radiates outwards, where what is within gives you the ability to see it in front of yourself, that you can manifest it once you start to give yourself the ability to achieve it. And that's why other people aren't able to do that. They're not able to put themselves in that place, or they would achieve the things that they want. They would achieve the dreams that they want. They would achieve the goals that they want. So when you recognize it's all within you that to have that ability, to have that able mentality, to have that thing within yourself that says, I can do this. I can achieve my dreams. I can achieve the manifestation on the outside. The reflection on the outside first starts within. So we start to recognize that the external mastery is an ability of absorption. The external mastery is the ability to hear those people that are speaking of positivity and recognize their level of focus, recognize their level of mastery, recognize their ability to utilize the tools that they have. And so a lot of people that have achieved that and constantly hit that to the point where others and the universe answers back as you are that tool. You are that ability. You are that level of reflection. You are that motivation in this universe. So if you're able to focus to that place where you achieve that, there's nobody who has the ability to stop you from achieving that level. And so utilizing and recognition of these tools, understanding that if you have the right tools in front of you, you can achieve your dreams. If you have the right ability in front of you, you can make things happen. If you have the ability in front of you to put yourself in the place with the right mentality, to go inwards is an ability. To be yourself is an ability. To use the things that you go through as a positivity, as an ability to give yourself the ability to be the right tool to have gone through those kinds of challenges. And so they're going to be around you. They're going to ask you on a daily. The universe is going to ask you. It's going to test you to see if you're doing that. And so when the test comes back and it says, this happened, are you seeing the positivity coming from that? Are you seeing the ability where it's giving you that ability to overcome your own challenges? And so that's what it means to focus. It means for you to use the tools that you have. It means for you to use the blessings that you have inside of yourself. It means for you to see that you are a blessing in the universe. And so as people start to study, as they start to see this level of focus, as they start to see this timer hit the 30-minute timer every single day, they start to see that as a reflection. They start to listen to what I'm talking about. They start to see that working in their own lives. Don't ask me that question. Ask yourself that question. Are these tools working through you? Are these abilities working through you? And so when you answer that back and other people see that within you, they see the method of focusing to that point to get that kind of manifestation to reflect on the outside. It's never about somebody else. It's always going to be about you versus you. It's always going to be about you overcoming your own challenges. And so when you are in that dark place and you don't know when and how to start, pick up a pen and paper, pick up YouTube, put yourself in a place, turn off the radio, put yourself in your world so that you can achieve your life, so you can achieve your dreams, so that you can achieve your goals through a level of focus to the point where the reflection becomes a manifestation, where the vibrations from within radiate outwards, where the ability to focus to that ability within yourself is not a surprise when other people start to see you achieve it, when other people start to see you as a blessing, when other people start to see the challenges that they face off against become a little bit lighter from your level of focus. And so I've always said the most attractive trait in the universe is focus. The most attractive trait in the universe is focus, because that has a reflection of motivation. Other people see when you are focusing, when you are truly focusing, when you are truly using the abilities that the Most High God made for you, when you're truly with yourself in that place, when the challenges are truly coming against you and you are identifying and you're taking those things and you're seeing the positive and the negatives and you're flipping them and turning them into positives and you're identifying that that had to happen so this can happen. When you start to see that, when you start to give yourself that ability, when you give yourself the mentality, when you give yourself the ability to use that within yourself, that's when you start to free the ability to focus. That is when you start to free the ability to achieve. That is when you start to free the level within yourself where things start to manifest themselves on the outside. So those people that are meant to be there will be there if you allow yourself to be you. If you start to get down with the things and you start to achieve that, if you start to put yourself in a place where positivity starts to come out, where it's a radiating light outwards, where you truly start to smile from within your level of focus, when you're so committed to achieving your dreams, your goals, your ability, that other people understand that is you. When you start to speak out your mind, when you start to put yourself in a place where those challenges become blessings. So you see, I no longer say the word thank you. And the reason I don't say the word thank you is because I meditate so much that I want to leave everybody with a blessing. I want everybody to see that they are a blessing. I want everybody to see that the blessings can come. And I understand when you bless other people, blessings come your way. When you understand that blessings come your way, the process of blessing other people becomes an availability. It comes from a mentality. It comes from a level of focus. It comes from an ability to see what you have as a relationship with the Most High God. What you have is a relationship with the gifts that you have inside of yourself. What you have is an ability to put yourself to where the tools that you have the ability to work through you. The challenges that you have the ability to be turned positive. The things that you focus on, you can achieve. And so when other people come back and they say, wow, how did you do that? You're not surprised in the result. When the results come back and they are positive and negative, and you're seeing the positivity in them, when you give yourself that kind of a place, when you recognize that you can do this, you can achieve it, you can become it, you can manifest it on the outside, utilizing that trait within yourself, utilizing that ability brings the things in your direction. The universe turns those things that are not meant for you and moves them out of its way on its own. When I started to understand this, I started to no longer need to fight the universe. I wanted to start to utilize the universe. I wanted to utilize Newton's third law. For each action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The understanding of this ability to put yourself in a place where when you write stuff down and you ask yourself this, that the Most High God can work through you. When I started to understand this, I started to understand that everything happens for a reason. That every challenge that I ever faced off against was a learning lesson. That everything happened so that I could see the positivity coming out of it. So that I could see the universe within and outside working through me and with me. I want you to see that inside of yourself. I want you to see the energy flowing to that level. I want you to see the energy flowing with you, to flow to that place, to flow to that ability, to give yourself the ability to achieve you, to manifest that reflection on the outside, that other people see you as a reflection of motivation, that other people see you as a blessing from within, that the universe and the Most High God can utilize you, that other people can see you as a blessing in this universe. And so when you leave blessings for other people with that kind of focus, with that kind of mentality, the things that come your way are blessings. That is the law of riches. When you give, you receive. When you give yourself the ability to achieve, you give yourself the ability to write stuff down. When you give yourself the ability to listen to positivity, when you give yourself the ability to speak it out, when you give yourself the ability to put yourself out there to achieve your dreams, the things that are meant for you move in your direction. They move into a place of manifestation. They move into a place of understanding. They move into a place to achieve that within yourself. And that is the place where the light comes out. That is the place where energy works. That is a place where the manifestation becomes a reflection of your level of focus, so that you're not surprised when the results are the results. You're not surprised when things come in such a way that you are blessed. And I want you to see that you are a blessing, that you can, with the right mentality, achieve your dreams. With the right mentality, you can achieve your goals. With the right mentality, you can get down with yourself. And so when we focus to that level, where that starts to become an ability, when it starts to manifest itself on the outside, when it starts to happen around you, because that level of focus frees those things from happening to you anymore, and they start to happen around you, the universe will bend them out of its way on its own. Those things that are not meant for you move out of the way on their own. And so when you focus to that level, those things no longer have the ability to hold you back. They no longer have the ability to manifest themselves around you. When you're that focused to achieve that, when you are that focused to get to that place, when you are that focused to achieve that kind of reflection, when you are that focused to understand yourself, when you are that focused to get to the place from within out, when you are that focused to start to get down with the challenges that you face off against, because you recognize that the tools that you have are sufficient, that the person that you are inside is that kind of blessing, that you can do this, that you can achieve it, that you can become a reflection on the outside as a reflection of a manifestation of yourself, of the person who you truly are. So ask yourself that type of question. Am I focusing to that level where I'm allowing those things to move out of the way on their own? Am I getting to the place where who I truly am is bleeding out a reflection of motivation? Am I focusing to the point where I give myself that place? And I ask myself this question every day. Every day I ask myself, can you focus for 30 minutes? Can you put yourself down where you can speak it out, where you can help other people, where you can utilize your ability to use that level of focus, to use that ability from without, from the focus within, to manifest itself on the outside, to manifest itself as blessings in the universe, to use the tools and the gifts that you have, tools and the gifts that you have to help other people, to use the tools and the gifts that you have so other people see them as a reflection of strength. Other people see them as a reflection of focus. They see that focus to that point where they want to achieve it inside of themselves. It's often said, the one who focuses to the point where they achieve a level where other people aren't willing to go, achieves a level where other people are surprised that they achieve that level. So when things are taken from you, recognize other things are being put in their place. The simpler things become, the greater things become. Because the less things you have to focus on, the less things that you have to go through. And so when you use them all as blessing, when you use them all as lessons, when you use them all as the ability for you to utilize the gifts that the Most High God gave you, when you give yourself that ability where you see those blessings working through you, you start to get within yourself. So after 30 minutes outside, you start to go inwards. You start to put yourself in a place where it manifests, where the ability within yourself goes to the place where you start to become the student of your level of focus, of your ability, of the ability to go within yourself, the ability to understand that you can still learn from you, that you can still learn from the lessons within yourself, that you can connect yourself to the breath within yourself, that you can start to master that centering student, that you can become a student of your life, that is within you to achieve that it is within you to get to that place where you can use those kind of exercises within yourself to achieve that. And so when you start to focus to that level, when you start to focus to that ability, when that ability inside of you starts to happen with you, when that ability starts to become an achieved thought process, when you have that kind of focus inside of yourself, that's why they call it a thought process, because it is the process of focus that achieves that within you. It is the process of focus that gives you the ability to understand the energy within yourself. It is up to you to break down the subjects of energy within yourself, to truly start grinding from within, to start to understand the challenges that you face off against. And so when other people say you can't do it, are you putting yourself in a place where you're saying you can, where you're going within yourself to pick yourself up, to go through those types of challenges within yourself so you can overachieve your emotions, so you can achieve your ability to liberate yourself, to free yourself, so you can achieve your ability to get yourself on a timely and organized pattern, so you can utilize the focus and knowledge that you have inside of yourself. Can you start to become that kind of student? Can you put yourself inside of that ability? My brother has a statement here that says the degree that we believe ourselves to win, no matter what happens, we are. Are you putting yourself the ability to be that kind of student where you, where you are the person that you are inside, where those people that are trying to put a finger in your face and tell you you can't do this have no place within you, where what you have inside of yourself is that level of within, that level of applied focus, that level of able ability, that availability within yourself to achieve a level of reflection where the blessings radiate outwards, where the blessings from within come from within you, where the universe is crystal clear, where the universe gives you the ability to study you, where you start to have the ability to utilize the energy in the universe within yourself. And when you start to recognize the universe has the ability to use the energy inside of you. And so when you recognize that you are that kind of a blessing, you start to heat up that level of focus inside of yourself. You start to sharpen it up like you are sharpening a knife within oneself. And the universe tears to that place. It tears to that ability. It starts to ask you the question, can you do this? Can you achieve that within yourself? And so when you start to focus to that point where the reflection from within radiates outwards, the level of focus within oneself uses the tools that you have, the gifts that you have, the ability to use that within yourself. That internal breath is coming in as power. That internal breath is coming in as strength. Is coming from a place of focus where you are achieving you. The simplicity of the breath to go within with an able mentality, with an able ability, with an able ability to overcome your own challenges. So we start to recognize it. We start to utilize it. So as that starts to heat up, it starts to get to a place where you start to see that heat inside of yourself. You start to see that heat around you. You start to see that heat happening for you. So you start to recognize that these type of challenges are absolutely blessings. These things that you are going through are absolutely there. And so once you start to get to that level of focus, the energy inside of yourself starts to ask you the question, can you do this? Can you achieve the knowledge within yourself? The universe starts to ask you, can you thread the knowledge within yourself from this universe? Can you recognize that the knowledge within is sufficient to extract the knowledge within yourself? That you are the right student for your story of your life. That you are the right student for this purpose to be you. That you are the right student to find the blessings within yourself. That you are the right student to have these types of challenges come your way. That you are the right student to get to that place within yourself, that you have that kind of ability, that you have that kind of a challenge, that you have that kind of reflection, that you are this, that you can do this, that you can achieve it, that you can be within yourself. And so when we focus to that level, we start to utilize it. We start to put ourselves in that place. We start to give ourselves the ability to gain the knowledge, to go beyond the opinion. From a level of focus, those things move out of the way. They actually literally bend from without to allow the knowledge to come. The knowledge within yourself, the ability to see the true stories within yourself, the true ability to stand your ground, to understand your human being, to understand your thought process, to understand the matters of your heart, the matters of the ability to voice yourself, the matters of the depth perception, the matters of the nervous system with our ability to achieve the things that are going on around us. And so when we utilize these, when we give ourselves this place, when we get within ourselves, the energy within radiates outwards. The inner knowledge expands within oneself. The inner ability expands. The light within starts to shine. The light within starts to give the ability for the knowledge within you to open up. The knowledge within you to reflect outwards. The knowledge within you to manifest on the outside. The knowledge within you to become an achieved ability. The ability within you to see that, to use that person that you are, to use the process of thought. Isn't it interesting that they call it a thought process? Because the knowledge and focus within oneself is to enjoy the process within you. It's to enjoy the challenges that you go through, to see the lesson in them, to see the knowledge within them that is there for you. The freedom within this is called liberation. The freedom within this is to overcome your own opinion. The freedom within this is to let yourself see the story, to see the ability, to see the challenges that you face off against as a blessing, as an ability within oneself to reflect outwards, to recognize the external as a manifestation of focus and knowledge, to get to this place where your knowledge allows you to be a teacher of you, where the knowledge allows you to release that with your external breath, where you become that center, where you become that classroom, where you have that ability to liberate yourself, where you have that ability to see within yourself that you are a blessing in this universe, that this universe can utilize you. It can use the challenges that you face off against. It can use the things that you go through on a daily basis. And so we see this within ourselves. We see this around us. We see this as an ability to bless other people. We see this as knowledge, as liberation. Liberation from within oneself is to light up this world, to extract the knowledge within oneself that one is sufficient within the universe, not from the opinion. To go beyond the opinion to the place of true knowledge within oneself, true stories within the first seed of knowledge, to free one's first ability that they did learn from focus, to give ourselves that place where knowledge and focus is within, where knowledge and focus is the ability to overcome our own challenges, to understand how the energy within radiates outwards, to understand how the ability within is a blessing, to understand how you are a blessing within the universe. So when we become this in such a way that other people can see our focus is in place as a student inside of a classroom, and our knowledge is in place, and we are truly within our classroom. When we are connecting our focus and knowledge together, where the whole being, the internal breath, is one with the center breath, with the external breath, the focus and knowledge within oneself to be a student and a teacher has a centering within ourselves, has a centering within our energy, has a centering within our level of achievement. We are blessings in this universe. We are light in this universe. We have light within us. It radiates outwards. It's up to you to see that you can achieve that kind of beauty to where other people can see that from within you, for you to see that within yourself. So when we focus to that level where we become sufficient, when we focus to that level where we can do this, we can achieve this, it's at that point that we see that we are beautiful, that we are absolutely a beautiful creation within the universe, that we are a disciplined being to achieve focus and knowledge to a place of discipline, to a place where the reflecting light radiates to uplift other people, where that level of discipline in itself becomes a reflection. When you truly start to become disciplined with your knowledge and focus when yourself, the manifestation within you radiates outwards. The manifestation within you radiates to a level where other people see it, where the being inside of you, the person that is you, radiates light outwards. Other people start to see that kind of light. They start to ask you the question, are you a reflection of inspiration? Are you here to uplift me? Are you here to tell me that I can do this? And I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to see that you are a inspiration, that the challenges that you go through, you can overcome, that you are sufficient within yourself to achieve that level of light, to achieve that level of ability, to achieve that level of blessings. To utilize the blessings within yourself is to see that you are a blessing within the universe. To achieve a level of blessings within yourself means that you can uplift other people from sharing the knowledge that you have inside of yourself, sharing your own experiences, sharing your own challenges, sharing your own ability that the external can manifest itself. So when you are with you and you are truly in that stage with yourself, when you're truly going through your challenges and you are achieving them and you're utilizing them in such a way that you can do it, I'm here to tell you you can. I'm here to tell you that you can free yourself to be a light in this universe, that you can go after the light, that you can pick yourself up in the darkness, that you can pick yourself up and brush off your shoulders and put yourself in a place where you can recognize that you are a blessing, where you can recognize that you can do this, that you can achieve this. And so that's what I'm here for. And here's another person asking for help. I'm a light in this universe to help you light up yourself within you, to find the answers within yourself, to find the challenges within yourself, to find the ability within yourself, to find the person that you are within. And so when you recognize that within yourself is there for you, when you recognize that you can do this, on my website, motivationmeditationinspiration.yoga, there is a place where you can definitely add something if you would like. So I am here to also mentor, to guide, to allow people to start to achieve that. I guess somebody's looking to actually join here on Instagram. So recognize that you can do that. You can get there. I'm telling you, it's within you. I'm telling you, the ability to focus to that level is a blessing. The ability to utilize what we have inside of ourselves is a blessing. And so My website is motivationmeditationinspiration.yoga. So when we start to see these kinds of things, when we start to give ourselves this kind of place, when we start to overcome our own challenges, we start to see that these are within us to do, to achieve, to find that kind of blessing within ourselves, to uplift other people is absolutely a blessing. And so I understand that. That's why I'm out here. I'm out here to help people. I'm out here so that others will see that they can do it too, that they can achieve it within themselves, that the mentality, that the ability to free oneself, the ability to achieve a light within you is there for you. The ability to achieve a light within you is you. And so when we see these kind of blessings radiate outwards, when we see these kind of abilities radiate outwards, when we give ourselves this kind of ability, when we give ourselves this kind of blessings in the universe, we start to help out other people. We start to achieve these kinds of light. We start to achieve these kind of abilities. We start to recognize that this universe has the ability to utilize the gifts that you have. It has the ability to utilize the challenges that you have. It has the ability to utilize the focus that you have within yourself. So when you start to see that inside of you, when you start to hear that you can do this, that you can get there, so that's when I started to recognize that helping people out, giving the ability to see the energy within themselves flow, giving them the ability to see that the challenges that they face off against, they can overcome. When I started to get down to that level where I started to see that other people needed that kind of help, I recognized that the blessings in this universe are there. And the gifts for you to use your blessings is what it's about. The gifts for you to use your ability within you is what it's about. That's why I opened up people the ability for them to be able to start sponsoring me, for them to be able to have a place to actually be able to send stuff if they want to, if they want the universe to work in that direction for me, because within myself I want it to work for you. So this means if it helps out even one person, if even one person is in the darkness and they hear what I'm saying and they're being uplifted, that is for you. So when you start to recognize that a level of discipline, a level of ability, a level of overcoming your challenges is within you, when you start to recognize that you can do that with those kinds of blessings, that you can do that with that kind of availability within yourself, with that kind of mentality, with that kind of focus, and that kind of knowledge is within you, it is sufficient to achieve your dreams. It is sufficient to achieve your goals. It is up to you to sit down and to use the tools that you have. It is up to you to see that you can focus and utilize the knowledge within yourself to liberate yourself, to free the knowledge within you, to free the ability within you, to overcome the challenges within yourself. When you start to see those kind of blessings radiate outwards, when you are able to get out there and help to mentor people, to get the energy flowing in people, to help with meditation, to help with motivation, I ask myself this question every day. Is it about motivation? Is it about meditation? Is it about inspiration? And so when I focus about those subjects, I recognize that there's a person who needs to hear that. I recognize that there is a person who can utilize that. And so I get out there and I help them. I get out there and I pick myself up every day and I go through challenges no different than you. I go through challenges no different than you. It is the place of focus of liberation that is most important. The focus of discipline within oneself that gives us that kind of blessing. It is the focus of discipline that gives us that kind of availability to use the blessings that you have inside of yourself. And so when you start to see them working through you, and you start to see other people achieving it for themselves, using the simplicity of that is there. Utilizing the simplicity within you is there. Utilizing the blessing within you is there. Utilizing these types of things to overcome your challenges are absolutely blessings. So are you seeing the blessings inside of yourself? Are you seeing them in the universe working in your direction? Ask yourself that question. And so when you do start to see them moving in your direction, start to recognize that the Most High made you for that purpose. That it made you to face off against those kinds of challenges. That they were meant not to stop you, but to uplift you. They were meant to put you in a place where you utilize them, where you can turn them into positivity, where you can use them to the point where they have the ability to use the gifts that you have, where they have the ability to use the art that you have, that they utilize those things that only you were made for, the challenges that only if it was you, you'd be able to overcome them. And so when you believe in yourself to that point, when you light up this world to that level, when you give yourself that ability. So Art, I'm trying to connect you here so you can actually be able to get online, because I definitely do energy readings, and I know you're looking to get an energy reading done. And so I want you to recognize that reflection of knowledge and focus is a reflection of love. Reflection of knowledge within oneself, the ability to get down to study oneself, radiates that kind of understanding, radiates that kind of light into this universe. Is if there's anybody who wants to throw a comment in, wants to get a reading done, wants to get out there and actually get this stuff done, the energy is available here to do so. The place where you can throw any kind of donations is my website, Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration. So if you guys want to throw anything at me, the information is there for you. I'm here to uplift people on a daily basis. I talk about focus for 30 minutes, meditation for 10 minutes, and inspiration for 20 minutes. I want to see the joy inside of yourselves. I want to see the connection of your knowledge and your focus within you. I want to see those readings go out there so that you can understand yourself, so you can utilize the gifts that God has given me to be able to utilize. Just like God has given you gifts as well, has given you abilities for you to use the things that you have inside of yourselves, to utilize the energy that you have inside of yourself, to uplift people with the gifts that you have, the abilities that you have inside of yourself, the blessings that you have inside of yourself. And so when you uplift other people with your blessings, when they see those things working through you, when they see those kind of ability for you to have a mentality to where you use the gifts that God gives you, when the Most High God works through you, the blessings that come around you are there for you. And so I was online doing 7 readings one night, and I started to recognize that the God of this universe told me I should be doing this for a living. I should be doing this because you're meant for this. 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago, I've been doing meditation for 8 years. I started on a path of meditation. I started to get to the point where I could read the energy inside. I could start to understand it. I started spending time with meditation. I started spending time in the place of self-study. And the reflection started to radiate outwards. And it was other people that told me it was time. It was time for me to start reading energy within. It was time for me to start to help other people to start to get to that place of focus. And so when we reflect outwards from within ourselves, when we allow ourselves to only reflect outwards of positivity, when we start to reflect outwards from understanding within ourselves, we understand that every challenge that we face off against gives us the ability to have liberation from the inside out. And so when we focus to that level, when we focus to that place where we start to achieve that kind of light in this universe, it lights up other people's worlds. And I'm telling you, we all have gifts.